Welcome here to our special PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale Nordic competition. I am here with Gillen McAllister, our UK fighting expert.
Hoo-ha!
And we are ready to go into the first match in just a second. I'll just run through the rules quickly. It's free-for-all, 3-minute time limit, and items and map hazards are on. Random level, as you saw, this was the Little Big Planet level. We'll see what the crossover is. And we have the 4 characters. We have Sweden is Kratos, Denmark is Jak and Daxter, Finland is Sly Cooper, and Norway is Nathan Drake from Uncharted. And here we see the Little Big Planet level start.
Who's your bet on for this?
I mean,
Have you got a particular favorite?
From the characters I've played,
I'm talking about the countries.
Yeah. Well, I know for me Kratos is maybe one of the few that's a little bit overpowered. I think he's a really, really good character. His level 1 super is not that strong, but he's really fast at charging up. So
Now I'm noticing that both Jax and Nathan both have sort of long-range attacks, long-range weaponry. Does that sort of factor into it that it's actually they've got a bit of an easier job of it?
for sure, 'cause I think those characters and Kratos as well both have close combat and long range. Oh, we saw a first super here. That was Sly, who was successful with the super and got a kill on Jak and Daxter. So Finland is in the lead already.
Now, this is one thing I really admire, given that they've used Sony's franchises for the sort of backgrounds rather than going for very generic stuff. Especially with Little Big Planet level here, we're seeing that the actual planets are being created within the editor as the level's ongoing, as the match is ongoing. So there's extra tactics being brought into play almost every 10 seconds.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite levels. As you said, you see the level being built. And you see the fight continue. We got a couple of supers, a couple of misses, and a couple of kills. Seems to be fairly even, except that Finland seems to get some kills, and Denmark and Norway didn't really hit with their supers.
I noticed that Nathan is keeping as far back as possible. Well, he was up to this point. Unfortunately, he's completely defeating my my argument here that he's playing the long-range game. He's getting right stuck into it now.
And notice how it's like a C on the side. If you fall in there, you actually lose your super meters or the energy for that. So you got to be careful. Maybe that's why Norway with Nathan Drake had to move around a little bit.
And now we're seeing the crossover with another Sony franchise with Buzz, which is again phenomenal.
For sure. Here you see the question. What kind of? It's interesting. We have Jak and Daxter, and then there's a question about Daxter. What type
creature is Daxter? And you've got to jump on the platform that you think
and we'll see what happens. If you don't answer correctly, something happens to you. For sure, my favorite crossover, this one. And everybody got it wrong, so they get hit by cakes. Amazing.
I don't think there's enough cakes in fighting games these days. I think it's unfair. I think we need to see more of that.
And that's why we have little fat princess, not little fat princess.
Little fat princess. The little fat princess. Everybody's favorite princess.
And fight continues. A couple of characters with level 1 supers. Oh, Finland and Sly got another kill.
Is Nathan going to drop it now? Oh,
see, yeah.
Kratos is just hanging pretty on that.
Oh, and he got a kill on Sly. So the thing, the way the score works is that you get minus points for getting killed. So the tactics for the other players now is to get some kills on Sly, so he gets minus points.
Last 5 seconds of the match, about to go down. What are we looking?
And time's up.
Ooh.
And Sly's the winner.
Surprise.
See the score here. Clear winner, actually. Minus points for Kratos in the end. A lot of kills on him.
That is absolutely shocking.
And we're just going to run through this. This was round 1. Sly won that, and we play first to 5 round wins. So 1-0 to Sly and Finland. And we go directly into the next match. As I said before, it's random levels. We might get the same level twice, but let's hope we get to see some different ones. And here we have it. The Dojo from Parappa the Rapper.
Personal favorite of mine.
Yeah, big Parappa fan.
I'm not going to sing along. I would probably sing along the entire song all the way through this match, but that may annoy the hell out of quite a few people, so I'll avoid. I may hum occasionally. But yes, Parappa the Rapper, absolutely fantastic franchise that I think has a lot of love for it, and rightly so. Rhythm action at its finest.
for sure. And we see, what's his name, Mr. Onion?
Yes, Master Onion. Sir.
Master
Onion. Get that, Mr. Onion. The man has spent years in his dojo practicing his craft, and you call him Mister.
And very interesting for this level for me is that this starts out very small, and I won't spoil much, but of course this level becomes bigger in a little bit when the crossover happens, which is an interesting tactical thing as well, because you have some characters that are good in small spaces that are maybe slow or strong, and then faster or characters that has a lot of range.
But you can actually bounce characters off environments.
Yeah.
Rebind them and everything like that too. And then chain attacks.
And there's characters who can crawl on walls, and I am a big fan of Cole from Infamous, and he has a really good attack where you hang on the wall and attack from there. Oh,
there we go.
Sly
the walls are off.
Sly's a beast in this game.
You know, your prediction at the start of this that Kratos was going, oh no.
Yeah. Well, he I think he's one of the good characters. I haven't played much with Sly, which I should, because I'm a big Sucker Punch fan.
I'm loving Nathan's moves there.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the Sucker Grenade launcher thing.
Yeah, he has some good moves. I don't think they look cool, but I don't think they're that good. Maybe it's also which character fits you.
All about show, really, at the end of the day.
And we see the crossover in the background now. At first, I thought it was Resistance, but of course, Sony fans should know it's one of the robots from Killzone. And you see here how it interacts. And we have the hazards on, so you can actually get attacked and hit by these missiles that come in here. But you can turn that off if you prefer that.
Yeah.
Now, I said in the beginning that you're a fighting game expert. What do you like? Do you like these hazards that influence the game, or the standard game?
I think there's a time and a place for these sort of more party-orientated fighting games that anyone can enjoy, and I think sometimes that the fighting genres, unfortunately, because they require months and years of practice to own them, is slightly off-putting for a lot of people. I mean, I'm a huge Street Fighter fan and have been since inception, you know. But even I know for a fact that if I try and enter any fighting tournaments the world over, I will be used as Kleenex within about 5 or 10 seconds of actually starting. So I have an appreciation of the art. Unfortunately, my skills are in the talking rather than the playing.
I can relate to that. Oh, and notice in the background, Master Onion has become super huge and is now attacking the
Godzilla!
I loved, and in this way, it's almost more fun sometimes to watch the levels and fights. But also you get to enjoy the crossover and the fight in the background. Where if you're fighting, you need to focus on the fight. And as you said, I think this is one of those games that are more casual, but it actually has a lot more depth than I thought it was. I'm not a Street Fighter Tekken guy. It's too much for me. I'm not good enough. And this was a little bit intimidating when I got into it. There's a lot of moves. Oh, and we didn't get a Sly win in this one. Jack and Daxter. So it's 1-1 between Denmark and Finland.
Sweden needs to pick it up. Norway needs to pick it up. Come on, boys.
And I was cheering for Kratos. You conspire against me. And I just want to say these levels you see here, the level on the character doesn't mean anything other than when you play with a character, you level up and you earn logos and backgrounds and musics and intros. And it doesn't influence how good the character is.
Just nice little optional extras, though.
Yeah. But when you see level 31 in Kratos, you're like, oh, that's why you picked him as the favorite. No, it's not why. It doesn't really matter. And another random level here. Let's see what happens. Oh, Stowaway, Uncharted.
Would you have a particular favorite amongst the 20-plus cast that you would favor after playing it for a while?
I mean, I love Infamous. So Cole, and there's 2 Coles. So far, I've mainly played with good Cole, as I'm a good guy.
Oh, is it just because you love Cole?
I mean, yeah, and I wanted to play with Kratos, but I played with a lot with him in the beta, so I wanted to try something else. And now I'm feeling that thing that other fighting games has, where you really need to learn a character. So I'm a little bit afraid of playing too much with the other characters.
I was going to say, you're going to basically set yourself down with one character, learn them fully, and then
I'm going to focus on him now, because I mean, it's also what fits your style, and he seems to fit me. He's not as good as Kratos to charge up the super meter, but I think his level 1 is pretty good. Kratos is weak, I think, and his level 2 super is awesome. Cole, really, it's almost a sure 3 kill, which is great.
Now what we see here is starts off very, very small area fighting within, but the back of this plane's opened up. Things are starting to be dragged out. You know what's going to happen. Yeah, you know what's ready for it.
Uncharted 3, where you have this level where you're Drake fighting the big hunk. And this happens. So spoilers for Uncharted 3, I guess. But this is another one. Oh, trophy as well. 2 for 1. Someone got it. I didn't even notice who that was. Someone
Oh, are
killed.
you finding that basically it's better just to unleash like a few of the sort of level 1 supers, or hope for the best that you can actually stick
I think
in
that
until you get to level 3?
it depends on a lot of the levels. In this one, when it's a tight area, it's easier to get a lot of kills with a level 1. But in general, I've heard from the Superbot guys who made the game that they basically only use level 1 supers because it takes too long to charge up the level 2 and 3. And if you're good, you can get you're gonna get 1, hopefully 2. I mean, if it's better players you play against, it's gonna be harder as well. But it takes too long to charge up the other ones. And if you're not good, maybe it's better, because if you can't get a kill at all with a level 1 the first times you try, maybe you should. I mean, it's easier with level 3. So.
And we're seeing another crossover here.
Yeah. And that is, of course, BioShock Infinite. It actually has 2. It's a level and a crossover in this game. So a lot of BioShock Infinite love. And of course, Big Daddy is a character.
Big Daddy, yes, indeed. In fact, this is probably the most you've seen of BioShock Infinite this year.
I mean,
sneak peeks.
I mean, that's the
thought?
thing for me. I noticed when I started playing Cole, I was like, I'm gonna try him, and then I was like, oh, this is the closest thing I'm gonna get to playing an Infamous game for a while. So better enjoy it. But yeah. Another thing that I can, I guess, debunk this. Now we have Drake playing in an Uncharted level. There's no thing like that where it's like he's better in that level. So
it's all about the platform skills, though.
yeah. There's no boost or anything for characters. Of course, as I said, some characters are better in small areas and so on. And we see the items as well pop up here that people use. Someone just used in RPG. So pretty even fight, but it's all about, I mean, everybody seems to get their supers, but it's really about hitting with the supers as well.
It's down to the last 10 seconds anyway.
Yeah, and that's where, as I said, I think Kratos is really good, but his level 1 super is not that good. So maybe that's why he's having a little bit of problems now. Let's see, time's up.
Rolling out.
Oh, overtime. So this happens when 2 characters are equal in score. You're not told who. You play another minute, and you'll see who wins. But you can actually, even though you're not one of the leaders here, let's say
it will push you into trying to fight.
Yeah, but even though you weren't winning, you actually have a chance for a 3rd or 4th character to win, even though you
I'm loving, sorry, just to interrupt, but I've just noticed Nathan absolutely loves the right hand of the screen, which is in fact the it is a fatal drop off the level.
But that's where this, I mean, there's been a lot of comparison to Super Smash Bros. And this is where this is very different. We have the supers giving the score. Kills in normal kills doesn't count. It's only the super kills that count. Where in Smash Bros, falling off the edge is
counting as
and here it doesn't matter. So maybe that's why Drake
just enjoys free falling.
Oh, and I love that gun he's using now, the big gun.
the big gun. Wow, we have a weapons expert in the room, ladies and gentlemen. The big gun.
Oh, and he got a kill at the last second. Drake got a kill with the level 1 super. See, Sly again. Kratos not doing well.
No, he's
15 scored. That's quite good.
The God of War is tired.
Yeah, -4, -2, and let's see what Jack and Daxter is. 10. So I guess it was Jack and Sly being tied before overtime. But you could actually continue. I think the maximum is 3 times overtime.
Mm-hmm.
So and in the overtime and more in second and third, you earn your super faster. So in the 3rd overtime, you get a level 3 super really fast, which is quite interesting. Gets quite hectic. And ready for the next one again, random level. Loco Roco.
Ding dong. You're saying earlier on about the local Rocos that are collectibles in the game as you progress your way through to unlock.
Yeah, you can earn. I don't think anybody has them on here. There's also these. I don't remember what it's called, but like minifigures. I've played a lot with Cole, so I have earned his buddy from Infamous Seek as a little character that I don't know what he does, but he supports you or something. Nothing actually in the fight, but
I love the fact that they've retained the visual style of all the games as well, because it would be entirely too easy to basically go, okay, we're going to do our own style of game here, but we'll incorporate, say, certain levels and such like that, ideas from these games, but they've actually really went above and beyond to try and capture. This just looks like a local Roco level that has tiny invaders.
Yeah, and it's not just a skin; it actually influences how the level plays as well, which is really nice. Should give some more playtime or
extra elements.
Yeah,
try out.
Should keep it fresh for longer.
Oh,
let's see here. Sly is already on a level 1. Kratos is as well.
I have to say,
Sly seems to be doing really well, so I guess the other guys needs to team up. And let's see, he got a kill on Drake.
who would have thought a speedy stealth type character would be the best in the fighting game?
Actually interesting, because one of the things that Sly seems to be using really well is one of the standard moves for Sly is that you can make himself invisible, and then he can use his level 1 super. So you know when characters have a level 1, you got to watch out. But if he's invisible and you're looking at the other characters, you're not going to notice him. Great tactics there. And as we talked about with the level 1 supers, it seems to be all the guys are using maybe some confidence there. Maybe they've read what I read with the Superbot guys.
Everyone's incorporating that because it is the levels are going, the matches are going so fast. It really doesn't seem worthwhile to wait and build up a level 3.
No, but on the other hand, I mean this has been voted by our viewers on who should choose who. So the Danish viewers have chosen that we are going to use Jak and Daxter. But for me, in this sort of match, I would have, when it's free for all and 4 players, I would probably have charged up level 2 super for Cole, as it's a really good easy kill on 3 people, and this sort of thing would be worth it. Where if you're playing 1-on-1. You can only get 1 kill with that, so a level 1 would be better. So I don't remember the supers for higher up, but we can run through.
Give us an overview of what we're looking at with these characters anyway.
Sly 1 has the Murray. Murray comes out and does a dash and hits anyone in front of Sly, anybody nearby. All the level 1s are usually like close combat kills.
Whereas with level 2, jumps in, gets jetpack, and then fires missiles all around the map. Yeah,
and a level 3 pulls out the binocular comm and snaps a picture, and that's a thing. Like I think Colonel Radic had it as well, where it almost becomes like a first-person shooter, and that's like level 3 supers are usually really special. But so you can take pictures, and if you get a picture of someone, they die here. Pretty crazy camera.
Sounds like a weird Japanese curse.
And let's just see this crossover here. Of course, Metal Gear. What's the new one called? I can't remember.
It's Metal Gear
Revengeance.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, of course.
This is the Ray Metal Gear.
And quite interesting, these 2 crossovers, just like the Parappa one, where it's very different art style.
I feel like I'm on drugs. Seriously, I feel like it's just I'm seeing something.
And Sly wins again. I think they need to team.
I think Kratos just wants to cry.
But he's angry already anyway.
I think he's lost heart, my friend. I think he's just...
And as you can see here, they said costume unlocked on GR. Of course, we are recording from Jak and Daxter. That's the player we have in our office. So that's why we see all his unlocks. And he just earned a costume for going to level 10.
Ding dong. Ding dong.
And let's go through, let's just see which level are next.
How many levels in total are there?
I think it's like 16 so far, probably more through DLC.
Yeah,
and this one we got to now was Twisted Metal, Black Rock Stadium, and we'll see what crossover that is. But should we do another? Let's see Kratos' supers. Level 1, Divine Fury, where he swings the blade of Olympus, and this one he can attack enemies both front and behind, whereas Slice was only in front of him. But I think that's a harder super to use for some reason.
Okay, with level 2, he's basically Blade of Olympus, thrusts it into the ground, creates a powerful twister, and that kills all on any who actually touch it. So again, there seems to be more. It seems more close range attacks because you're hoping that someone's going to stumble into that. As
for sure. And that's where, I mean, you can talk about how balanced the game, and we'll see when a lot of pro players start playing it a lot, how they'll find
the weaknesses.
Up
the game.
But so far for me, Kratos seems really good, but his supers are not as good as some of the others. And his level 3 Rage of Gods, he dons the Ares armor and is wielding the blades of Olympus as he was with the first one, but here he grows to God size. So another one of those crazy ones. I mean, it's going to be fun seeing. If I haven't seen all the level 3 supers yet, and that's usually the ones that are really fun to see.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to a fast food restaurant. What size you want? God size. Get me 3 burgers, put them together, make a monster God size burger. Yes.
Just got a kill from Drake here. He seems to love that. Should we go on to his supers? His level 1 he just used there, where he throws a propane tank and then shoots it. And he can actually time that, so he doesn't have to shoot it right away. He can shoot it up in the air when it drops to the ground. And
the blast radius is quite generous as well.
Yeah.
Whereas level 2, we've seen this actually. You might have noticed it if you're watching this being demoed by Sony at the various conferences over the last year, where he knocks over a pillar of ruins and it crushes anybody that's underneath it at the time.
Yeah, and I don't think that super is that good. It's too easy. The propane tank has a little bit good blast radius, but it's easy to see that it's about to happen, and even more with the pillars. It's quite a slow super, but of course it's quite powerful as well.
It's going to stand out, especially on a level like this.
Yeah, but that's maybe one for small areas. If you are in the plane, it's hard to run away from those stone pillars. It will probably hit almost the entire room. And let's see, his third super is the El Dorado Sarcophagus. That's a hard one to pronounce.
We've actually got this phonetically written down somewhere just so we can get this right.
But basically it turns all the other players into the descendants, if you remember them from, I think it's Uncharted 2, Amongst Thieves. And then you get the golden gun, and it's a little shooting gallery.
I wonder, does that factor into it as well? Like we're discussing about you're having character preferences from franchises that you enjoy, but also looking at the supers and which ones really benefit you.
Yeah,
most
that's what I mean. I'm a big fan of Uncharted, and I love Drake, but for me, he doesn't play how I want to play, and the same with Sly. I haven't given him a big chance yet, but I love Sly, but he doesn't play how I want to play. I'm more leaning towards Kratos and Cole so far. But I mean, there's so many characters that I haven't tried them probably. We already have announced DLC from Starhawk, Evan Ray. Oh, what's his name? I can't pronounce his name. But the main guy
we're struggling.
But the main guy from Starhawk, and then
how many times is Nathan going to use that chain gun?
Yeah, it's like that, and the level 1 super.
It's just getting ushered in here. The bullet carnage
and
going on.
Let's just see here. Sly wins again quite comfortably, and it's 4 wins for him and 1 for Jack and Daxter. So next round could be the last one. We see again Jack and Daxter unlocked a little bit there, even though
I'm
he
putting
didn't
the bets
do
down now. I'm taking my wallet out of my pocket, and I want to say I'm thinking,
Sly seems to. Maybe he's one of the pro players that we talked about before. Let's just quickly run through Jack and Daxter's moves before the game is over. Then, level 1. Precursor Legacy, a blue echo vent. Well, we've seen this one. Jack has one and done quite well with that. Appears, and anybody near that vent dies.
Whereas this level 2 is the Dark Bomb, and they perform a Dark Bomb attack.
Yes. And in the level 3, another transformation. He doesn't become supersized, but he turns into Light Jack and can fly around taking out people.
What do you ever think about Jack and Daxter's thing where they did that thing, the emo sort of thing? Like, I'm the evil Jack.
Actually, I have a confession to make. I haven't played Jack and Daxter. It's one of the few franchises I never got around to, which is fun when I'm such a Naughty Dog guy otherwise. But I guess that
you are prepared for a long list of hate email.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting the HD collection. I'm playing through them soon. I promise.
Nice save.
And I don't know if you noticed before, but the crossover for this level is actually Jack 2. It's a Jack and Daxter level. We see the stuff in the background. Of course not yet, but we were so lucky we didn't get to talk about the crossover, and then we get the level one more time. Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal and
what are you talking about? This was all planned. we had this tight script here, man. This wasn't just random.
And so I don't know.
Is it that every character have every character's got a uppercut? I'm just thinking Marvel vs. Capcom. Every character's got a launcher.
Not necessarily. Most of them has. It's a lot of the basic moves are the same, but it's actually quite diverse. It's not like every character needs to have this sort of move. But they of course have. They have a block. They have a attack if they jump and that sort of stuff. But I think there's a lot of diversity to it.
It's the combo systems. It's only like 2.
Yeah, and
that's
totally different. I think it's up to 4 or 5 actually. I haven't gone that far into that. I'm trying to master the basic moves first.
To be fair, in a 4-player game, there's not much chance to actually run off longer combos anyway, because you're going to be getting hit by someone else.
And this is where this is maybe more of a party game when it's 4 players free fall, or you can play 2-on-2, so it's teams. But where you play, if you play 1-on-1, that reminds me a lot more of Marvel vs. Capcom or some of those other fighters, where it gets really tactical, and it's hard to charge up a level 2 or level 3. You really need to use level 1s.
Yeah. I had that with Power Stone back in the day, the Capcom fighter. Same thing, 4 players that just got manic. There's no structure, rhyme or reason to actually survive, and I'm just hitting buttons and hoping for the best.
I mean, maybe that's why Sly is doing well as well. It looks like he's a good player, but in a game that's this frantic, if he can go invisible and sneak up on people.
What was the hearts there?
I think that was one of the items you could pick up. I didn't.
There we go again.
Yeah, it's something. I think it's one of those where if he comes near people, he steals their super energy.
Nice.
There's a couple of those that are really good and really annoying because it's like, oh, I'm almost charged level 1 up, and then the other guy just runs near you and takes all of it.
What's the thing? The speed of this is as well getting the supers up. In other games, you know, you're looking at pretty much like the majority of the first round of a match to actually get a super up to usable. Whereas this is.
But that's where if you can play kill limit, for instance, instead of time, and a lot of I often do that when I play 1-on-1, and those matches can go on for 15, 20 minutes. If people, you can. A super is not not just you need to be near, but you can block a super. If you're about to use your super and I attack you, then it gets cancelled and you lose it. So if you're 1-on-1, you have the chance to watch everything. Wherever this is too chaotic. Let's see. Surprise.
Quelle surprise. Oh, dear.
So I guess Finland is the master of the Nordics in this.
Do you hear that? Everyone else, Finland is dominant in this game. You should be embarrassed. You should be insulted. Quite frankly, I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. I normally can't because my mirrors are really high up in my room, so I have to really, really jump up to see it. But no, this is pretty much being a one-sided match, really, all the way through.
Yeah, and that's it. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, thanks very much for listening.